Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And today we got another story, and this is actually an interesting one. And before we get into it, I just want to say, sometimes you have a breakup, you get along well, you got great chemistry, you love each other, everything's right, but the circumstances are wrong. There's friends or family members, or in this case, a past ex that keeps affecting the relationship. And if you got someone that you're with that has a friend or family member or mother for that case that keeps butting into your relationship, it's the job of your partner to deal with that. It's the job of your partner to deal with that directly because that's their contact. And if they're getting bad information and they're willing to accept bad information or bad intentions from another individual that affect your relationship, that's not going away. That's going to continue, and they need to nip it in the butt from the beginning and let you know where their loyalties lie and let you know that they're able to, how should I say this, put themselves above someone affecting your new relationship. For example, if you're dealing with a mother-in-law or a mother to your girlfriend, and she keeps telling the girlfriend you're a bad guy and you don't make enough money. You got a shitty job. I've heard of this happening before. But she loves you. You guys have a great time. But it's leaking into your relationship, and the girl you're with is kind of hinting, well, you just don't make, are you going to get a better job? Keeps bringing it up. That's because she values her mom's opinion. And what I want to punch home right here is that's not going away. She's not going to get rid of her mom. That's going to continue to be a burden on your relationship. So just be aware of that. When you get into a breakup and you're dealing with that, you're not going to be able to fix that in most cases. So let's get right into this one. We met 5 years ago. It moved fast, and he moved in. Talk of future, etc. So she's saying, right off the bat, you guys are talking future. His ex hated it and did everything to split us up. Blackmail over the child. So I'm assuming they had her ex had a child, so that means he has to be connected to her in some way. The fact that she committed blackmail, that's deep-rooted. I don't know at what level, but that's horrible, and to get the child involved. These are circumstances that are outside your power, right? We split up for a week, and he moved out. So you're saying that his ex hated it and did everything to split us up, including blackmail over the child being his child, I'm assuming. That's, like I said, that's a really hard one to deal with, and for him, he's got to make the right decision for himself and his child. Actually, we got back together, but kept it a secret from her. But his friends and family knew. Having to keep it a secret from the mother of his child is going to be very difficult. And again, that's circumstances. That's not you doing something wrong. It's extremely frustrating keeping any part of your relationship that you're proud of and happy of a secret. That lasted 5 months. We split again, and I contacted him a few times, but was gutted. We stalked each other's social media and posted things for each other, etc. After 5 months, I reached out, and he got back with her, so we had an affair. I'm not proud of it. When you're not proud of something, it's called shame. I'm not judging you for it, because that's not what this channel is about. I try to let people write what they need to write. But you knew deep down that was a Band-Aid situation, that you had a wound, like you said, you were gutted, and you weren't willing to wait the time out to let that thing heal completely. So you just threw a Band-Aid on it by having an affair. After 2 years, he left her and bought his own place. So after 5 months, I reached out, and he got back with her, so we had an affair. I'm not proud of it. So how long was your affair? 2 years? After 2 years, he left her and bought his own place. We've been great since, very loving, and I left the way everything went. I left the way everything went to him. I don't understand what you wrote there. Very loving, and I left the way everything went to him. Please check your story before you send it in. He brought up ideas of buying a house. It's been a normal relationship. What's a normal relationship to you? But he's scared of telling her that I'm I'm his girlfriend after what she did the last time. Again, I mean, is this problem going away? Are you going to confront it up front? Is there a way that you can confront it up front? If there's blackmail involved with the child, is it possible to get a lawyer involved or the police? That's ridiculous. Sometimes people, oh, well, I don't want to take it there. Maybe you do need to take it there. I mean, and when you have a problem like this, sometimes people focus they're scared of someone or what they're capable of, but they're not really thinking of a fucking solution. Like, do a mind map and go, all right, here's our problem. Our problem is we don't want her to find out because she's going to blackmail him over this again. Well, what if that information gets out? Well, what if we talk to the person? Well, what if we come clean? Like, go through all the solutions. Don't just accept shit like that. And I'd have to guess, you looking at him as a man, it probably over time is a turnoff that he's willing to run and hide from her all the time. We didn't live together, but saw each other a couple of times a week, which fit with my job. Last time I saw him, he was telling me how much he loved me. A week later, he dumped me. I'm sorry to tell you, but a guy that is willing to have an affair, take this woman back and forth, deal with blackmail, I don't know if his morals and his values are very good. I mean, it's point blank. He said, I'll always cause conflict with his child as the ex hates me and he can't tell her. This is why he broke up 5 years ago. He's been so sure he would tell her for the last year. He's scared of his ex. Point blank. I mean, he's going to have this problem forever. I gave 2 weeks after the text to let him think, and when I saw him, he looked hurt, and it was sad. After I wrote a letter saying how it could work, and he agreed to meet, 1 week later we met, and he said he's sticking to it, and he wants what we've talked about, but can't risk his child, so he can't have it with me. I cried and I begged. Bottom line is, he feels like this is going to affect his child. He's putting his child first. That's admirable. I don't know why. I don't know what the information his ex is holding over him, but he's going to be a slave to this as long as he accepts it from her. Like I said, can he get the police involved or a lawyer? He's not willing to do that. Bottom line. I cried and I begged. Sorry to hear that. He's very weak when it comes to keeping her okay with him. He is very weak. Do you want to be with a guy like that? After this, I blocked him on IG, Instagram, as I can't do like last time and watch him. A week after I blocked him, he made his profile private, which is unusual for him as he likes getting comments from as many people as possible. What's that say about him? He's needy? And I know he wouldn't post anything that would upset her. Why do you want to be in a relationship where you're worried about what his ex thinks? He needs to address that on his own. You're never going to have a healthy, good relationship. It's horrible. You're always going to have this black cloud over you. He did that, but didn't post anything new. I've not heard from him now. When he left, I asked if I'd ever see him again, and he said he'd get it in touch in a couple of weeks, but I don't think he will. I don't think it's the best thing for you, to be honest with you. I'm working on me and trying to get strong. Good. I'm keeping busy. Good. I can't believe he just cut me out after everything we went through. He didn't just cut you out. He had a reason. He's saying that he's putting his child first. He's tried to overcome the fact and sneak around. He's scared shitless of his ex. She has something she's holding over his head, and he's willing to let her hold it over his head. He's not addressing it. That's the reason. You didn't just get dumped. This has been the problem the whole time. The last time I saw him as a couple, he was more loved up. The last time I saw him as a couple, he was more loved up with me than normal. Then a week later, if it's off, because he said it makes him anxious all the time. Over the years, he has had doubts that he can't tell her that, but they pass, and he laughs after and says he had a wobble. I'm worried he'll reach out and also scared he won't. That's not a good position to be in. It's now 2 weeks of no contact. I've heard nothing. I would really love some advice. If this becomes a video, don't use my name. I never use names. Thank you so much for what you do. Your videos are really helping me. Well, thank you for saying thank you. I think I explained it. Not to come off harsh, but that's what you need sometimes. I think you'd benefit a lot from a live coaching and get a little deeper on this. But your intention for the no contact has to be for you to move on. This is a toxic relationship. The guy's not a bad guy, but he doesn't have the balls to stand up to this ex, and it's been 5 years of this. He needs to handle that problem if he wants to move forward with you. You've been enabling him to sneak around and not be upfront with her, and it's just going to be an ongoing violins playing in the background saga of shit. And you got to ask yourself, do you deserve a real relationship where someone's not tied down by their ex? And I think you deserve more. And it's no contact. Listen, no contact is one of those things. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't cure you in a day. It's a process. It takes a few months, and then you start feeling better. But this is a process for you to get over things and get moving forward. Take some time and take some inventory on yourself, and not be obsessed with what your ex is doing. Stay off that social media and move on for you. And don't be thinking, oh, well, maybe if he does this and this. You guys have tried already. You've tried a lot. You've sacrificed a lot, and it hasn't been enough. Okay? So I hope that helps you. Please visit writemac.com if you've got a breakup story to tell, or you'd like to book a live coaching session with myself. Thank you for supporting the channel.